Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for joining me here, and today we are doing a twin flame soulmate, very important relationship, karmic relationship reading. Whatever kind of a relationship you are in or you are searching the answers to, this is your reading here. Now, it is a Thursday today. It's a Thursday. Usually we do this on a Wednesday, but we weren't able to do it yesterday because we want to give you some answers, personal answers with a yes please. You can leave your yes please beneath the video in the comments section, not in the chat section. My dear friends, we don't take cards in the chat section, only beneath the video. And thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, as well as your love in whichever way you show your love towards this channel. It is very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Okay, so today is it's a little bit different. Being a Thursday, we usually do this on a Wednesday. So Wednesday every week, unless we cannot do this, we do this twin flame soulmate reading every Wednesday. Today is a Thursday, doesn't matter. We stretched it a little bit so that we could give you personalized love messages. Now, if these handwritten love messages come through in today's reading and you receive, oh my God, the devil, and you receive the same message, then there's a special message for you in this reading. I will be extending this reading today, dear friends, so you can find the link beneath the video, and you go on to the extended readings. You will find the extended reading to today's reading. Now, we're reading the energies, remember, so it's a general reading. It may not resonate for all of you. There is an obsession here, right? This is a karmic situation. Could be a karmic relationship, could be a karmic chapter that you are going through right now. I mean, this is the devil, and the devil we know is toxic. You may be dealing with a toxic third-party situation. I don't know if you could be the third person and connecting with someone that's in another toxic relationship. It will be different for each of you, of course. The devil is Saturn. It's Capricorn. It's an uphill, steep climb to the top. Capricorn is very grounding. It's very hardworking. It's earth, but it can be heavy many times. We know that there is success, there's leadership in Capricorn. Now, there's an obsession here, and this could speak to a cycle that you've been through before, again and again and again. Saturn, though, the ruling planet of Capricorn, right? This is the Saturnian card. Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius. Aquarius is all about freedom, understanding, and genius mind, finding a way to rebel, to break free from whatever cycles you've been working with or dealing with. So Saturn being retrograde, obviously he's closer to the earth, he's more potent, and he's asking for, oh my God, here is the miracle. Here is the miracle. Agape enters, and I was thinking about her. My sweetheart, have you read about Agape on the community page? Then you should. She's back to her old self. Agape is here, so love is on the agenda. Sweet pea, it's so good to see you after so long. She had quite an ordeal with a viper snake. She was bitten, and I've uploaded a picture of her wound. You can actually see the fangs of the snake, and she's healed now. She's back to her old self. Agape is back. So obviously, and as I say in the community, she's right. She's a little pet, so she's ruled by Mercury, and Mercury was on, she's biting me, Mercury was on Algol, Medusa, the head of snakes and poison, and Mercury was stuck on those degrees in at the end degrees of Taurus, 25, 26 degrees, where that was also the degree, 27th degree was the lunar eclipse in Taurus. Agape, you've got to get down. You said hello to everyone. Now you can settle down close to Mummy here. There you go. Have a seat, relax. And so literally she was poisoned, right? Mercury was poisoned. Mercury is all about communication. Algol is Medusa, the head of snakes, so it's dark thoughts. It's losing one's mind from the energies, right? The energies of Algol. And Medusa in mythology, she was punished for being raped by Neptune. Neptune, right? Poseidon, god Poseidon. I think in Jupiter's castle. So she was punished. She was a beautiful goddess, and she was punished, turned into a really ugly looking poisonous Medusa. She was all about revenge and vengeance and death. So it wasn't easy for Mercury. Those of you that are ruled by Mercury, Virgo and Gemini especially, would have been more affected by this, as well as the immutable signs. So Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces, you would have felt this more potently. So I'm going to put this back in. The devil, Saturn. Remember that Saturn will give the rewards. We've got a window of opportunity as he's retrograding. So he's taken his claws away, like his limitations and his restrictions. He's giving us a chance to look back to the past and figure out, redo, refix, research on what those boundaries, what those limitations, and what that karma was about. So, and of course, the devil being Capricorn, it's all about someone's goals and aspirations. Could be career, could be someone's reputation in the world that is at risk, or that is needed to be worked through, or someone's trying to prove themselves. I don't know. Thank you, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting beneath. You can get a personalized handwritten message by writing yes please beneath, my dear friends. And yes, I will take a few of those cards at the end of this reading, but I'm actually thinking of extending this reading and going into more. I think I'm going to do a Celtic cross and extend it with a Lenormand and take more personalized love messages. Okay, dear Spirit, let's do this Twin Flame Soulmate reading. Let's look at the distant past, the now, who you are, what you bring to the table, and who the other person is as well, and the possible outcome future moving forward. Now, of course, logically, it's from week to week, this reading, but you can take it as that, but you can always take it as a timeless reading whenever you see this message. So Agape has brought forth a miracle, a possibility. I get the goosebumps as I say that, because I was thinking, as I was preparing for this reading, I was thinking, I'm wondering if Agape will show up today, because she hasn't been showing up. She only, with this full moon in Sagittarius, which was squaring over to Neptune, dear friends, right? She, with the pressure of that full moon a couple of days ago in Sagittarius, and we know full moons are very much about stress and pressure, and you know, our blood rises to our head. We feel very emotional and just very like blowing up a balloon to the max before it bursts. Well, her wound burst, and the venom, the poison came out, and then she was back to her old self. So it's like a release, and I'm getting the goosebumps as I say that. There's some sort of a release that's going on. Is it a release of the limitations, the restriction, the obsession, the karma? Dear Spirit, please guide, I'm asking Archangel Michael and Archangel Lophiel. Lophiel is the angel of abundance and love. Archangel Lophiel did show himself, introduce himself or herself to me in a lucid dream with that golden aura. So very important spirit guide of mine, as well as Archangel Michael. Please guide on what's going on. What is the potential here? What is the potential here today? Today is the 16th of June, and the Venus, dear friends, is right on the North Node in Taurus. She's in her home, her domicile. She rules Taurus, and she's on the North Node of the Moon. Fated events. She's just recently connected with Uranus. I don't know if you've had surprises, shocking events, whatever's happened. That's still playing out. Is still playing out, and fated events are going to show up for you now. So let's see what's going on in this divine union. I'd also like to let you know that there's a link beneath the video. If you like Greek coffee, Turkish coffee, you drink Turkish or Greek coffee, coffee cup reading is very, very popular. Cheers. I hope that you're having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea with me. Mary Lou coffee cup is very good at reading your coffee cup. I've got a link for you beneath the video. She speaks in Greek, but she's got English subtitles. So those of you that are interested, do go to that link and please say hello. Leave a comment beneath her video so she knows that you're coming from Divine Debut 11. Pass my love on to her. She is very magical. She's the one who reads my coffee cup. So I trust in her. She's very talented, dear friends. And if it's a little bit confusing, just go back and listen to it again. Read the subtitles and see what messages you can get from there. Okay, and also Rebecca at Sweet Tree of Life Tarot, my beautiful friend who's doing a different sort of a reading. Check her out as well. Her link will be beneath. And she speaks Spanish. She speaks Spanish. So those of you that are Spanish speaking, you understand that beautiful language, head over and check her out. So what's going on, dear Spirit, in the now? Where are we now? Where is this divine union now? And I think I'm going to take a picture of Agape. She's sitting in my tarot box. She's found comfort next to me in my tarot box. So you can imagine she's blessing all the cards. She's so funny. I'm so blessed to have her, and so blessed that that full moon gave her a release, and because she wasn't in a really good way, she was just eating and sleeping. So it was a miracle that she showed up today. Six of Swords, tranquility ahead, leaving conflict behind, leaving self-sabotage or self-worth issues behind. Maybe someone dropping out of the equation. I mean, we're coming from the Five of Swords, which can speak to other people being in your energy, in the energy of this divine union. Tranquility, finding tranquility as you glide over water. Water speaks to emotion, coming into emotional balance. This can speak to traveling over water as well, physical travel. Okay, so leaving those conflicts and those dark thoughts. Five of Swords can be just, losing one's head. The swords are like very piercing in the mind, just like that Medusan quality of Mercury. Now Mercury is in its home sign. It's domicile of Gemini, so it's all about a clear and concise communication. He's just finishing up on the degrees that he retrograded over. So we're still dealing a little bit for the next couple of days with the retrograde Gemini period that we've had recently, which was a really confusing, really tough Mercury retrograde. This one, I really felt it, dear friends. Mercury retrograde was just crazy. Everything was going wrong. Anything with technology, any gadgets, anything pertaining to uploading, communicating, speaking, anything. It was just crazy. So we'll be really happy as Mercury is going to pass that 4th degree of Gemini. So obviously those that are born at the last degrees of Taurus, and I can say also the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, those last few degrees, you haven't had it easy at all. And the 1st degrees of the mutable signs, so Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. Hasn't been easy for you, but we're coming out of that now. Let's see where we're coming from in the past. Distant past, recent past, it could be for some of you. Page of Wands, excitement and curiosity. So there was a risk factor here. Someone did take that journey. Someone did send that message of desire. Someone was very adventurous here. Someone did take that journey. Could have been a physical, if you're dealing with someone at a physical distance, or just this is like a driven desire to move forward, to create, right? Page of Wands, we see that there was excitement, a lot of excitement in the past, and curiosity. That's what the card says. Okay, this would be more the Aries energy for me. Aries speaks to, of course, I, me, my. It's all about planting those seeds, a new journey maybe that you took in the past. I want to see more about the past. 7 of Wands, defense mechanism. So someone was more taking more of a risk. The other person was more defensive and more sort of pushing away, not ready to take that that journey, that risk, because when I look at a bear speaks to someone that's in a position of power, someone who could be a mother. They've got a lot to lose, and that could be their position of power in their life, in their foundation, in their monetary securities, you know, financial securities. Anything could have been at stake here. So 7 of Wands is like knowing that there's a lot at stake, a lot at risk here. So it looks like one person was more defensive and pushing that risk away, even though they desired that. They were not ready to be open to that. And the other person was more about taking that adventure. Now, I see an age difference here. It won't be the same for all of you, of course. Okay, we've got a page and the 7 of Wands, of course. The bear, and the bear speaks to someone more older. Look, it's a could be a parent figure. So someone who's got more responsibilities, if not a big age difference, right? Let's take one more. Knight of Swords and decisive action. It's interesting with this deck here. This is the Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon Oracles. The Knight of Swords here, the decisive action. This card recently that we've read with this would have been on a Twin Flame reading. I can't remember. I think it was the last one we did, or the one before that. I can't remember. But this sort of brought up that Grease 2 movie. Remember, a cool rider, someone that's going to take a risk, someone that's very decisive, someone that shows up just out of the blue. A lot of, and this is the Knight of Swords, remember, so it's more Aquarius energy. So Uranian, someone that's going to do things very differently, not the traditional conservative way, but someone that can also be very challenging because they can use harsh words. Difficult communication also to do with the past. And because we could see that this person is wearing a helmet, he's sort of like hiding himself, holding a lot of information back, I would say, which could have been very frustrating as well. right? So he's wearing a helmet. He's like protecting his head, trying to protect his mind from dark thoughts, or I don't know whether this connection was through social media. It was all about communication, but this person was protecting themselves, maybe. It is called decisive action, though. So the decisive action may have been quite like words that have been blurted out, maybe also fights and disagreements. Decisive action, I mean, remember the Knight of Swords holds that Ace of Swords. It can be very cutting about someone's truths, but someone not really being totally truthful, I get here. Okay, let's look at what you brought to the table here. The moon and illusions. Some of you could be in a dream state, feeling as though this is a very deep connection. You probably dream about this connection. Some of you may also may have not met this person, and you're dreaming about them, and you're waiting on and hoping that they will show up in your life. It feels as though what I get here, for those of you that have not met this person, it's as though you were ready, but they were not. They had other things that they were dealing with in their life. And, you know, the Knight of Swords could also be legalities. Illusions. Okay, the moon can speak to fears. It can speak to deception or unknown matters. But the moon can also speak to very strong emotions. Some of you feel as though you've known this person from a past lifetime, obviously. But you could also be have been wearing rose-colored glasses and wanting to see things in a much more magical tone, color. The moon, of course, is Cancer, Pisces. Some of you may hold a lot of that in your chart, those that archetype. So remember, Pisces can also speak to an ending of a cycle. An ending of a cycle, as Jupiter did connect there with Venus at the last degrees of Pisces, which Jupiter will return to that degree and finish off, so bring in the blessings. Right now it's as though you're living in a dream state, I feel. Either that, or you're drowning your emotions because there's a lot of things that are unknown for you. Let's look at the other person. The Fool and activation. Aries. Aries, so Mars is transiting through Aries now. He just connected with Jupiter recently. Now, it's funny that it's really interesting that I just mentioned Venus connecting with Jupiter 1st of May, which isn't that long ago. And now Jupiter connected with the divine masculine energy of Aries. So sort of Jupiter can be the glue, but can also be the segregation of the divine feminine, divine masculine. But remember that Mars is very powerful in Aries, and Aries is the seed that we plant. And we see that the other person maybe wasn't ready to take that leap of faith, but now may be, because the Fool it's the activation of a brand new cycle. Mars also connected to Chiron, which is the divine masculine maybe in this story. And you can change sides. I usually see you on this side, but you can flip the story and you can be on this side, right? Whatever works for you. So Mars connected with Chiron, the wounded healer, and this full moon happened on the very lucky degree of Chiron. So this open wound has been unlocked, or there's been an activation where someone's found a solution, a resolution to this open wound. This open wound could be self-worth issues, matters to do with our childhood, right? Any form of dependency, narcissistic behavior, or anything to do with what's the word I'm looking for? Abandonment. Feeling a sense of abandonment. I see that it's looking quite good on the other side. Okay, let's take more on you. You have the Knight of Cups, romantic gesture. So you're hoping for a romantic gesture, and the Knight of Cups is usually Scorpio, can be Pisces, can be Cancer. We do see a connection here, a kiss, having coffee together, meeting up. This is probably what you're hoping for. Remember that the Knight of Cups is someone usually that is protecting their heart. They've been hurt before, so I believe that this is a hope of yours. Now, maybe some of you have also put in that effort. So maybe you've sort of, you know, thrown the ball in the other court and given the other person a chance to show up. Okay, let's look at the other person. Eight of Wands, energy surge and communication. Energy surge, we had this last time, dear friends. Energy surge and communication, Eight of Wands. So a lot of desire here, a lot of fire, a lot of fire. Now the Fool also speaks to Uranus. Remember that Venus connected with Uranus, and Venus and Uranus are still very close to that North Node. So fated events playing out. Eight of Wands is action. It's moving forward. It's flight travel. Some of you could be wanting to connect through taking a plane and connecting, and it could be the other person that's wanting to do that. We've got travel over water and we've got travel through the air. So it will be different for each of you. But this is a lot of power and a lot of activation. A lot of activation moving forward. These are Cupid's love messages. So expect a connection, expect lots of changes, quick-paced energies, a brand new beginning. There's more water on your side, a lot of water, so you're feeling very, very emotional. The other person is feeling more desirous, more powerful. And I would say that that's the Martian energy moving through Aries, which has connected with Jupiter and Chiron. And of course, remember that this full moon was a Jupiterian full moon, and Jupiter is very well placed in Aries. So it helps a lot. Okay. Jupiter can speak to truth, wisdom, knowledge, being very adventurous, someone's truth, justice. Let's look at this Six of Swords for a moment. We have work in progress, Eight of Pentacles. So someone is willing to put in the work, the effort. This is a Virgo card. Someone could be looking at the details, sort of checking their boxes, right? Looking at the finer details, how they can transition, how they can leave from a difficult situation, maybe even a love triangle, a third-party situation, of course. Eight of Pentacles, work is in progress, but we see that we don't have the end result here. So it's still playing out. This story is still playing out. Let's look at you. We've got the spiritual advisement and the Hierophant. Some of you could be in another marriage, or you feel that this is a very spiritual connection and you feel as though this is probably a twin flame connection. You may have been married in a past lifetime, and there's been hurt, there's been pain, there's been a lot of lessons. Let's restart. Fated events playing out for you. Remember, Taurus is Venus ruled. Taurus is values. It's grounding. It's fated events. If any of you have got anything in the sign of Taurus or in any of the fixed signs, so Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, around about at that 22nd degree, give or take a few degrees back or forth. So it's the third. It's those of you that are born towards the the last third of the sign, then it's very important for you. If fated events and karma is playing out right now. I don't know why, but I get like as they're connecting here with their fingers, this is like, you know, crossing your fingers, like both people hoping for a commitment, a long-term, maybe also for some of you, if this is someone that you have not connected with, have not met, or you're waiting on them, this is like both people hoping spiritually, energetically, that they will connect. I mean, you remember the pinky is usually the lucky finger, and they're both connecting. So I get a sense of luck here, help coming through luck. And remember that the north node in of the moon is the more lucky, even though it's the more uncomfortable, and how we need to get uncomfortable to move towards that, but it's more positive than the south node. Right, so the other person, soulmate. What am I saying? I said soulmate. I don't know why. Stalemate and indecision. Two of Swords. So there's a dilemma for the other person. There's something that they cannot see, something that they're hoping to understand through communication. And we see that there's a blindfold, so they're needing to trust their heart, their higher self. Okay, let's possibly see what the outcome is. I'm going to take one card on that at the moment till we take the rest of the cards. We've got the Three of Wands, awaiting results. The Three of Wands is a card of success, dear friends, obviously. Three of Wands, of course, speaks to expansion, growth, and possible rewards for the work that's been done, but it also speaks to physical distance. Three of Wands, awaiting results, awaiting to see the proof. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We've got the Hermit in the reverse. I've got a reverse card, soul contract in the reverse. Beneath that is a message of love and the Page of Cups. So someone is coming out of there. And this is Virgo, of course. Someone is coming out of this stalemate. You could see that this man, the Hermit, is frozen. He's stuck. And, oh my God, what I get here. Medusa, when she would look at the... when she would look at those... the men who... Because they tried to, obviously, to kill her, to take her head off, because she was, every time she would look at someone, all those heroes that went to take care of her, she would look at you. If she looked at you straight in the eyes, you would turn into stone. And that's like, obviously that means someone was stuck. They couldn't move. They were stuck in time. There was no life in them, obviously. Stone, right? Someone was stuck, soul searching here. Someone was in their cave for a very, very long time, even though the love that was offered was Page, right? Page of Cups, Pisces energy, unconditional love, but also can speak to those rose-colored glasses again. Now, maybe this was a situation that was, like, I feel like this, you're stuck in time, like frozen in time at some sort of a offer here, a small offer, like turning back the hands of time to this small offer of love, or this unexpected connection or message of love. Someone was really stuck there and stuck on the details, and through that came the enlightenment and the divine connection, or the opening up, the awareness of our higher self, or our spiritual calling moving forward. So what I get from this is that these relationships, these connections come into our life for a particular reason. Many times they do not come, these connections do not come in to stay, but they come in as teachers, as we take on, obviously, the energy of the student, and we swap roles. So I do feel that this connection for you, for many of you, was that you could become spiritually aware that there is more to life than just this 3D plane, right? And to connect to your other half on an ascended level, you need to be spiritually awake. Now, not everyone spiritually awakens at the same time, dear friends, so that's why these relationships can be very challenging. All right, let's take the Karma Dharma. I just don't know why I just got the goosebumps again. I feel that the goosebumps, whatever I'm saying at the moment, that I get the goosebumps, and that's why I have to mention it to you. It's like Spirit is saying, yes, yes, that is true. Yes, that is agreed. Spirit agrees, or that's a message coming, so being passed on to me and then on to you through Spirit. So what is the Karma Dharma at this point? What's going on with that Devil card that fell out, dear Spirit? I think this is it. And we've got the Lovers and Gemini. The Lovers, which is a number 6. Yes, it's a head over heart decision. Yes, it's a divine union. But yes, there are choices here. There are choices. Choices, which means third parties, other people. Doesn't have to be romantic always, third party affairs. It could be mother, father, family, anything at all. So this is the energy oracle, dear friends. I think I'm going to take a message from that. Okay, Archangel Lophiel, Archangel Michael, what is the advice, please, in relation to this relationship, to this divine union? We have appreciation, number 15, which is also the Devil. Oh, wow. Okay, just before I read that, I want to take a picture of Agape. Just give me a second, because she's going to move and you won't get to see what I said I would show you. Here she is. Agape is very comfortable. So my cards do not need, they don't actually need to be cleansed with the crystals. I think they've been blessed by Agape here. Number 15, dear Spirit. Choosing gratitude. This card shows a woman holding a single rose. She enjoys the scent and beauty of the single blossom, yet around and behind her are bramble bushes. She could be focusing on these, worried that she might get caught up in their prickly branches of difficulty. Instead, she's pausing to experience the blessing of this single flower. The sun is breaking through the clouds, shining on her choice and on the tiny buds waiting to open up. This card upright is telling you that you have much to be grateful for, and like the flowering bush behind the woman on the card, there is more to come and you can't yet see. That you can't yet see. Congratulate yourself on every moment that you choose appreciation. This decision shifts your consciousness from lack to value, and it's guaranteed to bring more worth and richness of life to you. And that is obviously to you and your relationship. All right, dear friends, so it's saying be appreciative of where you are now. So you are on the right track. And number 15, of course, adds up to a 6 as well. So there are choices here in love. And this is a very strong, very divine union. Gemini could be, the Gemini season is almost over. And I want to wish you a happy birthday, dear Gemini. Soon the Gemini season is over. But I feel we should focus on Mercury. On Mercury, right? So Mercury, which rules Gemini. And Gemini, of course, is decisions, important decisions. It can speak to collaboration, can speak to a lot of communication back and forth. And it's also a lesson that we need to learn, right? So Yeah, we've had obviously a new moon in Gemini on the 30th of May. So this is still playing out until we get that new moon in Cancer, which is going to be a very powerful one, June 29th. So a new moon in Cancer, we do have the moon here. Let's see what else. Let's take next. We'll take the Lover's Path Tarot, which is a beautiful deck pertaining to matters of love. Remember that Saturn is also the Lord of Time and Karma. And we're obviously still in the devil energies, obviously in the Saturnian grip. As I said, Saturn is retrograde. So logically he should be giving us a chance to look at those limitations and what held us in that karmic cycle. See what we can tweak and what we can fix. A lot will be playing out. A lot will be playing out as Saturn and Uranus are going to square again towards the second part of the year. So that will be again the old and the new. So a lot will be, it's like clearing out any karma and breaking free from anything that's been holding us back, in a sense of prison. So of course we're not all on the same timeline. It will happen at different timelines for each of us, but generally speaking, that's the energy. Let's see what's going on in love. Six of Coins. Someone could be going through divorce, or there's a possibility of collaboration and reciprocation here with the Six of Coins. Someone is paying for karma. Someone is receiving their dharma or their karma, could speak to here. We've got Justice, which is beautiful. So we've got strong Libran energies as well. Justice is here, number 11, which is an open portal, dear friends. Penelope and Odysseus. Oh my God, the big adventures of Odysseus and how he tried to return home to his Penelope. He went through such tests. He proved himself, but he accomplished, and he accomplished what he was after, and Penelope was waiting for him forever. So this speaks to great admiration and loyalty here, and it's a long-standing situation. This could relate to past lives. If this is a twin flame connection, you've gone through lives trying to get together and find each other, but there's great loyalty, and I mean, you are two halves of a whole. That's what I get with Penelope and Odysseus here. And we could see that she's at work here. We see work in progress. It's as though we see the divine feminine concentrating on other things, or at work being very patient for her divine masculine, for her other half, to finish their adventure and what that was all about. So the tests are on both sides, obviously. Test of patience, test of adventure, being adventurous and risk-taking, which Odysseus was. Sacrifice, and we've got the Hanging Man here. So again, it speaks to some sort of sacrifice and some sort of a release. Someone's trying to hold us back in that difficult cycle, I would say. Now this is Orpheus and Eurydice. I think I'll show you the card. You can Google it if you like to look at the mythology. Okay, and it's the Hanging Man, which the Hanging Man, of course, is Pisces. So it's compassion, love, unconditional love. It can also speak to love affairs. we see that the divine feminine is sort of trying to hold the divine masculine back. So I don't know if this is some sort of a karmic thing that needs to be purged, or just needing to let go and see what happens. And what I get here is, if you are a divine feminine, you're trying to hold on to someone, you need to let them go. You need to, like a little sparrow in your palm, right? They're free to move whichever way they want. If they fly away, they need to do something. If they return, they return. If they don't, get yourself busy with what it is that you need to do on your own path, and see what happens. Just release, surrender, let go. And obviously, we may also have some sort of an enlightenment, seeing something that was hidden, something that was of an illusion for us, right? Because Pisces is wearing those rose-colored glasses. We've got the Princess of Staves, which is the Page of Wands, which is the past energy here, Page of Wands. So someone ready to be adventurous, to take that journey, send out that message. Okay, so we've got a new adventure ahead of us. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And I do see a little bit of curiosity here as well, being curious at what's next. You should be expecting a message of desire, passion, and a new adventure awaits this journey, it looks like. And we've got the Ten of Cups here. So it's like a chapter ending. Ten of Cups is bliss, but it's also a restart. Okay, what's beneath that? We've got the Three of Wands, which is also here. So after the Three of Wands, potentially we've got a Ten of Cups. Now, tens we know turn into aces. Aces are potentials, but this could also speak to ending a chapter of our lives. I'm not reading reversals. Ten of Cups can speak to another connection, right? Another marriage as well. Okay, but this is also a lot of happiness and a lot of, you know, this is the zenith where happiness and bliss is concerned. So some new adventures possibly can bring a lot of happiness. Let's take some astrology reading cards. The 10th house, your achievements and status in the outside world. It can speak to success. The 10th house is naturally ruled by Capricorn and Saturn. So the 10th house is someone's goals and their aspirations moving forward. It's someone's reputation. The 10th house is, logically, it's the house of the father. It's someone's social standing, whether they're divorced, whether they're single, whether they're married. Let's see what else we've got. So something's going on in the 10th house, as I said, which is naturally ruled by Saturn. What do you have in your 10th house? We've got the moon. So we've got the moon a couple of times here. We're still in the, logically still, that full moon was just only, you know, some hours away. But the moon also right now is transiting through Capricorn, which is the 10th house. So emotionally, as you're watching this, it could be a little bit challenging for you. Your unconscious, sensitive, inner emotions and responses. The moon rules the 4th house, my dear friends. 4th house does speak to the past, speaks to your emotional happiness, security, sense of security or not. The moon is the mother and the 10th house is the father. So it's the yin and the yang. It's things to do with the home and things to do with the future. Or someone's social standing out there in the world. We've got Aquarius. This energy is freedom, loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. And Aquarius is where Saturn is transiting and retrograde. But Aquarius is also Uranus, and it's on the North Node and Venus still. So this can speak to ingenious tower moments. Uranus will bring sudden changes where there's fixed energies. Taurus is fixed, right? It's also rebellion. It's also doing things differently or having an ingenious thought, idea. Aquarius is also, I'm seeing things from a detached point of view, but also the natural house of Aquarius, which is the 11th house, is the house of wishes and dreams and friendships. It's also social media, so communication through social media. Let's see what's at the bottom. So we've got, I should say here, we've got Saturn twice. We've got Uranus. We've got the moon. So emotionally breaking free from any limitations. That could be what those three cards speak of. And we've got Venus, the part of you that desires beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. So Venus is here, my dear friends. So a lot of powerful manifestations, Venusian manifestations are going on as we speak for many of you. I love that Venus is there. Okay. Let's take the Mystic Moon Oracles. Let's see what's going on here. We will take, I think, 3 cards. And we will extend these. Oops, nearly dropped my crystal. We will extend the Mystic Moon Oracles. We want to look now. We'll look at the darker side, the challenging side of this connection. What is holding this from moving forward, from overcoming obstacles? What is going on in our psyche, in their psyche? What is the driving force? What are the limitations? What is happening on this on a subconscious level? We've got fresh start. This is like the Ace of Wands. So it's also like an offer I see here. We've got communication, which is the Eight of Wands on the side of the other person. So these could be also messages on a higher level. So it's like telepathy, right, dear friends? So trust your intuition, what they're thinking. They could be thinking of offering you a new beginning. This is the seed that sprouts, all right? So it's very much the Gemini energy for me. And Gemini, that seed that's planted, you know, that adventurous new journey, it's sprout. And now there's a lot of curiosity. We're looking around, so what's next? We've got communication, but also on a high level here. We've got big dreams here, and the big dreams can be an illusion. It can be, for some of you, it can be you're deceiving your own self. Big dreams does bring me to this moon card, very much so. But it can also speak to a possible manifestation of big dreams. Something that you've dreamt of that you thought, it could not happen. It's impossible. Anything can happen as long as you believe that it can happen. What's at the bottom? Oh my God, we've got return. We've got return. Now, Saturn is retrograde, and we know that with retrogrades, Pluto is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde at this time, right? The moon is coming up to Pluto, which is retrograde in Capricorn. That's generally the retrogrades. We're going to have more planets retrograding very soon, but the return does speak to revisiting the past or a possible return from the past, from a past lifetime, a return of a situation so that you could clear it. Let's see. Let's take a couple of cards here on the awaiting results. I know that you are all dying to see what else we've got here, and thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting beneath the video, dear friends, with a yes please, so we can take your own personalized messages, love messages. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, wise investment. Ace of Pentacles is grounded. It's an ace, so a potentiality. It's here. The gift is on offer, right? Ace of Pentacles is something that you could be working on now, a long-term marriage. Let's move in together. Waiting on this offer, because it is something that will be very lucrative and very much of value to you. This could be a new home. For some of you, this could also be possibly a pregnancy. I know that we don't have something else. We've got the moon here, which can speak to motherhood. So for one of you or two of you out there, be careful, take precaution. This could speak to pregnancy. So we've got the moon twice, and the moon is the mother. Let's take one more. Wise investment. So someone could be possibly even just very busy with work and their investments, but on another scale. This is grounding. It's something that's real, a possible reality of something that is going to be long term. Yes, it's the card of marriage. Yes, it's the house of, it's the card, it's the energy of a new home. Possibly that could be at a physical distance, Three of Wands, or that's your reward for the work that you've put in. You've invested wisely. And maybe they feel that you're their investment. So maybe they put a lot of value in your relationship. So, oh my God. Oh my God. Love initiation. Ace of Cups, my dear friends. You cannot, I mean, the cards don't lie. The cards do not lie. And the goosebumps are on my goosebumps. Ace of Cups, love initiation. Yes, this is a brand new beginning. Yes, this could possibly turn into marriage. Yes, for some of you, this could possibly happen in the future. Some of you may be coming out of another marriage. Possibly, it could be, right? It could be possibly happening, as we know that we had the Devil card. So a lot to do with Saturnian limitations and restrictions. The Devil can be another toxic connection. Some of you may have also, I don't know, I feel that there's a sense of distrust with the Devil, that this person only, because the Devil can also speak to a raw animalistic connection. So being only on a sexual level, right, which I feel for most of you it's not the case, right? So they could be fears, because the Devil can speak to fears. So this is like the proof that there's an initiation, an emotional initiation, love initiation. And remember many times that it's more, the Devil is more the physical side of things. But we do see here, we've got the Ten of Cups. We do have emotions. It's not only a raw animalistic connection here. But some of you could be also shedding someone that was very dark, someone that kept you bound, someone that you sacrificed a lot for. Okay, and also that sparrow. That sparrow thing is the palm. My palm is open. Now the sparrow is free to go and to come back and to return whatever it is. Whatever's meant to happen will happen. That is the release. And I feel that we are purging a lot. We are purging energetically, physically at this time with what's going on. Now we've got a stalemate and an indecision here. We'll be looking at a lot more in the extended. We'll be talking for at least half an hour. At least half an hour in the extended, because I've got a lot more to look at. I want to take 3 Lenormand here. 3 Lenormand, and then I'm going to pick them up and put them back in the deck, because I want to do a Celtic cross. We've got the mice. It came through in the reverse, and the mice can speak to other people, gossip, deficiency, psychological issues, not feeling happy, fearing the worst. This is like a huge wound, feeling as though time is running out, just feeling very depleted. Oh my God, we've got the serpent and the snake. which could be a third party, which could be poison that we're needing to let go of. Remember, the snake can also speak to strong desires. Here, this is like a very karmic situation, something that we've needed to go through, and we've been challenged by this poison. But it's going to take us through that death process so that we could shed anything that was unhealthy for us, for you, for the other person, for psychologically, how you connect. But the snake could also speak to great desire. And remember that we are purging anything to do with dark thoughts, anything that's secretive, anything that we've been holding back on, and sort of letting it take up space in our lives. There we've got the ship, and the ship speaks to transition. It speaks to Jupiter in Sagittarius. We're purging anything, and we're moving along. We're transitioning towards a brand new beginning. It is a 3. We've got the 3 of Wands. Now this could speak to that new adventure. We're going on a physical journey, on a brand new journey, metaphorically, physically. It can speak to distance as well. And it could also speak to goodbye. Goodbye to a difficult chapter. Goodbye to a third party. Goodbye to the poison. So Jupiter is really, really helping the situation here, I would say. What's at the bottom? We've got the owls, and the owls are a 12. It's like the hanging man. The owls do speak to wisdom. They can speak to things that we feared we will have the knowledge on moving forward. Okay. I just want to take I want to take 3 Sibilas on that 2 of Swords, and then we will end this reading with taking a few love messages and continue it and see what else will come through. Love initiation, wise investment. This could be a very happy and stable possible outcome for many of you, but it could be at a bit of time. Moving forward, the 3 of Wands is like we're waiting on those ships, right? We're awaiting the results. For some of you, yes, it could be the time of Sagittarius, right? For some of you, it could be 3 months moving forward. For others, 3 weeks. For others of you, this could be March of next year. It will be different for each. What is the dilemma on the other side for the other person? Because there's stalemate here, there's inaction. Where there was a lot of action, this cycle began, then there's a dilemma here. Why? There's the Saturnian energy, prigione. This person is going through a lot of worry, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. 9 of Swords. They're being withheld by Saturn, by obligations, by work, career, responsibilities, karma, time. It's like they've got some sort of karma that's holding them back. They're needing to pay. They're needing to pay some sort of a karma. We've got the 5 of Cups, allegrezza al cuore. If they're in another connection, what they need to do is let go of the regrets to do with the past. The other person that they're connected to, if they are, or leave the regrets if you are connected to another person. Maybe that's what's sort of holding them back. They're waiting to see the light. 5 of Cups is regrets to do with the past, but remember, they're focusing on the past and what's held them back. Maybe there's regrets to do with timing that's past, years that have passed maybe, because this is, the prigione is Saturn, and Saturn can speak to a long time. And we've got the Merchant. I don't know if it's business that's holding them back. The Merchant is import, export. This is an entrepreneur. This is also someone that's putting in a lot of thought pertaining to what they need to purge from their life. They're going through a death and transformation process. It's a 13, which rings Scorpio. So Scorpio is where the South Node was, and that full moon in Scorpio. So what are they purging? Anything that was holding them back. That's what they're letting go of, and they're thinking a lot about contracts. an old contract that they're needing to let go of, which was really, I mean, a lot of, it was a karmic cycle that they were in, that they've practically, I'm going to say, broken, but they're still stuck on looking back then. And thank God here we see this person looking now towards the future. So this person is like someone that's very calculated, very much the Gemini energy. It does say indecision. So this person has got, they could have their Mars or their Venus in Gemini, could be Sun in Gemini, I don't know. So very difficult to make a decision here, to close up this indecision and move forward. So they will be returning though, and we'll be looking at a lot more cards here, my dear friends. So let's take some messages of love, some thoughts, some perceptions. I'll be taking some more tarot here in the extended. I'll be looking at more here with the Lover's Path Tarot. Just a lot more cards, a lot more cards. I want to see the now position more. Just to give you more details, right? Of course, sometimes they can get complicated, the readings, as we go into a lot more details. So they'll be much more specific. But even if you receive one important message for your own personal situation, it is worth it. Let's see. So what are the thoughts, perceptions, words spoken, thought of, or will be spoken words? You were cold, distant to me. I needed more passion. That's the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is a decision, of course. Please forget me. It was a mistake. Nine of Swords. Someone got cold feet here. The other person got cold feet. And that's what's holding them back. They got cold feet, or they feared moving forward this journey that they started. I feel like a fool for leaving you. And the Fool is here. And that's the Three of Wands, which shows up in the future, potential future. I want you back, do you? Three of Cups. Reconciliation. Three parties, three people. Ace of Cups, let's elope, let's try again. I love you. Not everyone will elope, but it's a new beginning. Missed chances. There were missed chances in the past here. And there's physical distance for many of you. We've got the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. So there is transition here. And we've got the Five of Wands. I will never forget you. I will always love you. Five of Wands. There is a lot of conflict here, and there's still other people that this person is dealing with. Right? Five of Wands is also, there's conflict on both sides. So maybe there were disagreements. But the Five of Wands can also say that, yes, we're going to put in the effort. We're going to do the work. The work is being done. I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I will go with my gut. I've got no choice. Two of Swords, which is the stalemate on the other side. They will go with their gut, finally, dear friends. Okay, so I hope that this helped you all. Thank you so much for connecting with me. Thank you for your comments, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, and your love. Wow, what a story. What a story. We will unravel this mystery more in the extended. Thank you so much for joining me here, my dear friends. And we'll be doing this every couple of weeks on a Wednesday, as long as we can. And we're both here because I always need help from my little elf. So when it's possible, we can do the yes please. Not all twin flames will be a yes please. Thank you so much. Love and light to all of you, and don't forget to check out the links beneath. Mary Lou's Coffee Cup and Sweet Tree of Life Tarot. Check them out. Say hello for me. Talk to you soon, dear friends. Ta-da.